Number 6, Dimitri Alaho. Number 8, Ryan Sapiente. Number 9, Brandon Wozniak. Number 10, Eli Shopstock. Number 11, Caden Stats. Number 12, Will Meyer. Number 14, Adrian Blonsky. Number 19, Beck Smola. And number 20, Joanne Rodino. Now for the home team on the scoreboard, wearing red, Chaminade Preparatory School from Missouri. Starting in goal, Drew Daniger. Number 2, John Ryan. Number 4, Andrew Lane. Number 8, Will Kaspari. Number 11, Jack Winter. Number 13, Mikey Antone. Number 19, Jack Owens. Number 20, Teddy McNulty. Number 21, Jackson Allen. Number 24, Lucas Higgins. Number 25, Giovanni Gabriel. Electable swap.
So we're live.
All right, good afternoon, soccer fans. We're here at Peoria Notre Dame High School. Little tournament this weekend, 4 teams, 3 of them from out of town, and then your Peoria Notre Dame Irish. Our first game tonight is between Fremd from Palatine, Illinois, and Chaminade Preparatory School from St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm joined right now for this game by Peoria Notre Dame head coach Mike Baer.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's a beautiful day, a little bit of wind kind of kicking from our right to left, but it seems to have died down right here at game time, so it should be a beautiful day for a game between 2 really good teams.
Yeah, and what's the background on these teams? I know that they're both pretty good this year, right? I mean, they're good every year, but this year especially.
Yeah, I think Fremd for the last couple seasons has been one of the top teams, not just in the Chicagoland area, but also in the state of Illinois. And I think they're coming into the game with a 2-0-1 record. I believe they tied Evanston recently. And from what I was told, there was a situation where their keeper took a straight red. Kind of sounds familiar on a breakaway. And so they were playing a man down in that game for a period of the match. Other than that, they won their other 2 games, and I'm not sure about Chaminade's record, but just knowing their program and the way they're coached, they're good every year.
Yeah. And so we have Chaminade in the red, and Fremd is in the all-white. Chaminade the red with the black socks. We'll try to get you guys some names and of numbers as we go along here. But 2 teams that we're fairly unfamiliar with as far as their personnel. Looks like Chaminade starting off with 3 backs across the back line.
Yeah, you can see there both teams are almost completely shifted to one side of the field there, so a lot of bodies over there, a lot of tight spaces to work through. Yeah, trying to see how these systems are going to work out. Great through ball there.
Number 10 here for Fremd. That's Schofstall out on the right wing. Great ball in there.
Yeah, and Schofstall's brother is actually a player for the Bradley Braves. Starts for Bradley, and they're actually playing at home tonight. I believe it's 7 o'clock against DePaul at Shea Stadium. And from what I've been told, Fremd is actually going to head over there and catch the Bradley game after they're done here tonight.
Works out well for that family this weekend.
Yeah.
And the first corner kick of the game, low-driven ball, gets across the box. Nobody really got a touch on that one.
I think both teams will be disappointed not being able to get on the end of that ball. Just a ball coming through low, getting to the middle of the box. Very dangerous handball.
It's kind of an inadvertent handball, but Fremd's going to have another free kick here just on their offensive side of midfield. Not really putting numbers up into the box. We're just going to got 3 high up there. He's going to play a big ball into 2 of them. And goes all the way out for a goal kick for Chaminade. The third team from out of town will be Marquette from Wisconsin. So we're getting 2 Illinois schools and 1 from Missouri and 1 from Wisconsin here tonight and kind of set it up that way. You kind of really see a couple different styles of play out of these schools.
Yeah, it looks like Fremd's setting up in a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 with 2 defensive sitting mids. And like you said, Chaminade appears to be coming out with a 3-back system, maybe a 3-5-2 with wing backs that track back into a back 5, 3 center mids, and a couple forwards. And, you know, Fremd's one of those programs that, you know, they always are very aggressive. They usually have a little bit of size, kind of your typical 3A Chicagoland team that comes at you, and they're going to put pressure and they're going to be aggressive.
And got another corner kick. Look like going to be a lefty in-swinger here.
And that's where the wind's going to bend that into the goal.
Oh, nice job by the keeper to punch it over for another corner. Fremd kind of throws the numbers up there with the corner kicks, only keeping one guy back. Defensively, kind of a sitter, and everybody else is up there around the 18.
Yeah, interesting, too, from Fremd. They got one guy on the front post, one guy standing on the back post.
Played that ball to the near post, looked to try to dummy it.
That's trouble.
Oh, good win there by, that was number 14, Adrian Blonsky. The header shot just wide of the goal, and going to be another goal kick from Chaminade. And Fremd kind of puts that pressure on you, a little bit more direct type of play, and they, you know, so far they've had 3 or 4 set pieces.
Yeah, really, other than off the start, Chaminade had a little bit of the ball, and after that initial possession, it's pretty much been Fremd on the attack. But here's a set-piece opportunity for Fremd, but they are going against the for Chaminade, but they are going against the wind. We'll see if they try to play it big or maybe something a little shorter.
Kind of a lofted ball up there, but gets caught in the wind. Good win by Fremd. Bounces back out. Chaminade keeps possession, coming out here wide. Oh, fine back post there. Left-footed hit off the mark by Jack Winter. But that ball, again, a couple balls on each box here, kind of skating through a little bit more than I think coaches would probably like. But going to play a short goal kick for Fremd. Looking to play direct there to Schaufstall again, trying to find his feet up top. Good interception there, but Chaminade stays in possession.
Looks like Chaminade is finding a little bit of space out wide here with their wing back playing somewhat in between Fremd's forward and Fremd's back, and it's causing some problems there for Fremd. The last attack with the service came from this side of the field as well, with their wing back getting forward.
Yeah, that's number 20, Teddy McNulty, is the right wing back, kind of getting up into the attack there a few minutes ago. Schaufstall out here on the left side now.
He's built a lot like his brother.
Yeah,
he went by the nickname, I believe his older brother's nickname was the Beast. And he played like a beast. And it was we played them a few times when they had, there's going to be a shot.
Oh, nice. Bending ball there to the far post. Just a little bit off there.
And when we played the Beast, he would start in the back and made it very difficult to get chances against the Beast. And then if they needed a goal, he would start to slowly move his way up the field, and he could score goals for him just with his aggressiveness and tenacity.
And it's probably that type of play that helped him fit in well at Bradley.
And he's got a long throw too, which is exactly what Bradley's looking for. If you're big and strong and you've got a long throw, you're going to play at Bradley.
Absolutely. Trying to go down on the right wing. Looks like we're going to have a foul coming out. A foul on Fremd. It's going to be a free kick deep into their defensive territory for Chaminade. Still 0-0 and just about 6 or 7 minutes into our first game of tonight. Second game will be Peoria Notre Dame against Marquette from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's just great having 4 teams of this quality in Peoria, and I know there's some people watching probably from out of the area with these teams, but I hope the local community comes out and gets to see this level of program in person here in town, because it's not every day you get to have 4 top quality programs like this in Peoria.
Yeah, and it's quality soccer, and kind of like we said, it's really a couple different styles of soccer. You know, you're seeing it right here, but Notre Dame, you guys like to possess the ball a little bit. Marquette kind of possesses the ball a little bit. They can play some pretty soccer, and if they have the personnel, they can go big as well. And Fremd's a little bit more direct, just kind of a little bit more of a Chicago type of style that they play up there with a lot of big athletic kids. And Chaminade likes to play soccer, possess the ball a little bit more, and when they have the personnel to do so. So you're kind of seeing a couple different looks and different feels for the 4 teams here. And the nice thing is they all come out and they're trying to play soccer, and it's an open game, and both teams are opening up, trying to.
Oh, he's in here on the wing.
Great ball in. This is number 12, Will Mayer. Left-footed ball across, but it goes behind the goal, unable to. Great ball out big there. I think that was number 6 played that ball. That's Dimitri Vlahos.
Yeah, what Chaminade's doing, they're playing with those 3 center backs, and they're staying somewhat pinched into the field, and their right-sided center back there got caught up a little bit and created some space out wide to exploit, and Fremd did a great job playing an early ball into that space, and just unfortunately didn't get the serve they were looking for.
Oh, good win there. Vlahos, I believe. Fremd.
You can tell Fremd does try to play a little bit.
Yep.
I think if they have the space, they'll complete the passes.
Yep.
And if they don't have anything, they can punch it forward. But they're trying to play, and they're actually getting more of the ball right now.
Mayer again out wide. Tries to touch it by, keep it alive with that left foot. Great ball in. Looked like that was Schaufstahl with a kind of a heel flick. Out of bounds.
These are just 2 programs that have just been consistently strong. Chaminade, coached by Mike Gauvain, goes by Vader, and they've got a couple of great assistant coaches that have been with him forever. Tim Centauri, and also Joe, who's been with them forever. So those 3 guys have just been a staple of Chaminade soccer for decades. And then over on the Fremd side, you've got Gerardo Pagnani, if I said his name correctly. Again, he's been coaching for decades as well, and Steve Keller, an IU alum, is the head coach of the Fremd program. So just great coaching staffs, and you see a lot of consistency in these programs because they've had consistency in their coaching.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that they're both programs, they play hard. It's a clean game, right? They're well coached, well disciplined. It's always fun to see these teams get together and compete, and both these coaches, I think that the way they run their program kind of speaks for themselves. Going to be a sub here for Chaminade. And number 6 coming in, Connor Fulton. Looks like he's going to be their right back.
One thing you just see a really good job here of both teams. Fremd, you look at their back 4, how compact they stay, and they force teams to go around them, not through them. And that's one of the things we've been struggling with actually this season, is our backs kind of get out of sorts and get stretched, and there's gaps to play through us. Both these teams, again, Chaminade staying compact with their 3 and getting their wing backs retreating to cover the wide areas, and Fremd with their back 4 staying nice and compact and forcing Chaminade wide. You can just see the organization and discipline, obviously, within both teams.
Looks like that one goes out of bounds. Going to be a Chaminade throw-in, but nice little work there by Vlahos. Kind of stuck in no man's land there where he surrounded, didn't have much to do with the ball. Good pressure there by Fremd. Going to earn a throw-in. Nope, it's going to go to Chaminade. Nice little flick over the top. Winter running onto it. Keeper's out, though, to collect.
Good-sized goalkeeper here for Fremd. I can imagine he probably got a decent punt.
Yeah.
Didn't get all of that one, but put it up in the air pretty high.
Yeah. Chaminade looking for that outside back again. Intercepted. Fremd coming back down.
Those counters are going to be there for Fremd. When those wing backs for Chaminade get caught forward, you're going to see situations with a potentially 3-on-3 situation for Fremd to counter. And there they probably wish they had that one back, because if they would have been able to release that ball to the wide area, they were going to be in.
A little miss hit there. Going to be a Chaminade throw-in. Again, kind of a good little back and forth game here. Fremd had probably the better of the chances so far in the first 13 minutes, but Chaminade going against the wind, so they're going to have to deal with that in the first half. And putting it down here is another ball looking for their wing back again, but he goes direct to Winter.
It's a good
over
ball.
the top.
Well defended there, and with some good cover from the center backs, retreating hard and preventing that ball from getting through.
That's the second time here in the last couple minutes that they've played a little bit more direct. A big ball over the top, looking for number 11, Jack Winter, and you know, again, the wind's probably killing that ball a little bit more than what they would like. But
that was some varied attack from Chaminade, and here we go again. You can see there's some space out wide. And this last attack, they kind of teased the ball out wide and then looked to play through, and there's that space out wide to exploit.
Next is going to be Schofstall running onto it for Fremd. Out wide, looking for help. He tries to cut inside by himself there. Oh, nice little 1-2 out here on the wing. I believe that's Sapiente coming into the right foot. Unable to really get a good hit on it. Nice job defensively there by Chaminade, number 8, Will Kaspari. Unable to get clearance.
Yeah, you can hear that wind probably on the broadcast whipping around up here. Again, it's definitely one direction, and right now Fremd does have the wind at their backs.
Nice job here. Sapiente again, number 8, big ball up top. Good win there by Jack Olwig. Chaminade trying to possess themselves out of their half. Fremd doing a really good job of keeping the ball in the offensive half. Not making it easy for Chaminade to get clearance. Good idea there, but number 12, Will Mayer, unable to get a touch on that one. It goes out of bounds. We have mass substitutions here for both teams, I think 3 each. Again, it is windy, but it is also a little bit warm up here, so 2 games this weekend. And you know, obviously you guys bring these teams in. You want to win these games. What else are you looking for this weekend? Just, you know, you're still kind of, you know, figuring some things out about your team, and you know, going to get even more good competition this weekend to kind of see some things. But anything in particular that you're looking for?
Yeah, I think like you mentioned, I mean, we set up our regular season schedule to set us up for the postseason and try to see different types of teams, so that when we get to the postseason, we're prepared for anything that we see. So yeah, with Marquette tonight, I think it's going to be a really, really high-level team that can really play with some really quality players. You know, I think right now they're ranked top 10 in the country, so it's going to be a really tough opponent for us tonight. And we've already played one of those teams, didn't do so well, and hopefully we learned some lessons from that match, and we can be better tonight.
Free kick, header on. Oh, nice. I think he's going to be offsides. That was a great ball in, great run. Fremd actually had 2 guys behind the Chaminade defenders. One a header off the keeper's hands, but at least one of them was called offside. So,
yeah, you know, I would question the officials, but that's Scott Davies over on that side, and he's a really high-level official. So I generally, if he makes a call, I generally roll with it.
And he had it up right away, so.
Yeah, no, he had it right away. And like I said, I would bet he got that one right. But great ball in, good win.
Really nice ball.
And again, it's probably deserved for Fremd. They continue to have a little bit better of the play, the more quality chances.
Another sub for Chaminade. This is number 10, Mikey Ganninger. He's a sophomore. I believe this is probably the first underclass player that Chaminade has played tonight.
little bit more information about the event for people tuning in. It's something that somewhat started back in 2008, I believe, my second year as the coach here at Notre Dame, and I was looking to try to get out of the area and play some better competition, and it started with Chaminade and Christian Brothers College Prep down in St. Louis and ourselves, and then the 4th team rotated through, and then CBC was in it for a few years, and then they were out. But the consistent programs have been Notre Dame and Chaminade, and then Marquette's been here more years than not, and then we try to bring in a different 4th team every few years just to kind of mix it up, and the event rotates between Peoria and Milwaukee and St. Louis, and this year just happens to be our year to host.
Yeah, and like you said, we talked about earlier, it's just all the coaches are nice guys. I think they all get along, and they're competitive, and when they play each other, it's competitive, but it's friendly as well, and it's nice to see these teams year in and year out, just kind of how they develop, and then follow them later on in the year. And kind of like what you alluded to earlier, it's high-level soccer for your guys too, and you kind of get to see a little bit more about yourself with the outside teams from outside the area, and it's always competitive game with all 4 of these teams here. So,
yeah, like you said, I think it's one of those things. There's the relationships we have within the coaches. Just great to see these guys every year, and then there's just a mutual respect between each of the programs, and for the level of success and the way each of these coaches run their programs. Just with a lot of class and discipline and hard work and teamwork, everybody's trying to do the same thing.
And good little battle here. Fremd's going to keep it in. Looks like Schaufstall's kind of drifted back to a midfield role here, maybe to get more touches. Kind of floats around a little bit for Fremd.
Is he a junior or a senior? Danny, is that on the roster?
He is a senior.
Yeah.
He's not built too bad either. So
No, he's definitely put together.
Yeah, Chaminade's still unable to get clearance out of their half. Fremd just keeping the pressure on. Ball over the top, flicked on accident by the defender, but right to the goalkeeper. And we are about halfway through this first half, so about 20 minutes in, still 0-0.
And I like again, we kind of talked about a varied attack for Chaminade. It's a varied attack for Fremd. They'll play through you, but if you give them time, they'll put dangerous balls into the box. And they play nice balls in and make it difficult. And, they try to pick up those second balls. So it's a varied attack. It's not predictable for Fremd.
Yeah, and, I kind of said it earlier, spoke too soon about Fremd playing a little bit more direct. And I know in the past it frustrated the heck out of us because they were a little bit more direct. But I think, he adjusts really well to his personnel. And I think he has some kids that can really they can play nice, simple, easy soccer together.
Well, look at that. Look at the way they built out of their half from the goalkeeper. 4 or 5 passes to get past midfield with possession, and everybody looked comfortable on the ball. Had a clean first touch, connected a pass. And so, like I said, I think if they're given time, they'll play. If you press them, they'll play in behind you. There's the wide area again. Fremd, again, I'm very impressed with their shape. They're staying compact as a back 4. They're forcing you wide, and they're applying pressure in the middle of the field.
Yeah, like you said, it kind of looks like that ball out wide to the wing back for Chaminade is there. And early on, they were playing that a couple times, and I think that their coaches would like them to play that ball a little bit faster out there because that is on at times. But then Fremd shifts so quickly to it that it's not going to be there for long. So
yeah, and they're also cutting off the supply to the wide areas.
Yep.
Again, like you said, I think maybe one of the coaching points at halftime is if you can just get it out there and drive the space and make Fremd come out and open up some gaps in the middle of the field, because if you play through them and you can't get the ball wide, you're playing right into what Fremd wants. If you get it out wide and you draw their defenders out, it's going to open up some more spaces. You can see right now, 12 on the weak side, just playing in that space between Fremd's wide back and their wide forward. If you can just find the ball out in those wide spaces, you'll cause some problems for Fremd.
Fremd's going to look to
Let's see, they build.
possess a little bit, build out from the back.
You can see here a traditional way to build. They're splitting their center backs. Their wide backs are going wide. Fremd's a good team. We're going to have our hands full tomorrow. You can tell they're a nice team.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like whenever Notre Dame and Fremd play, it's a good battle. And it kind of, like I said, doesn't matter necessarily how good one team is versus the other. When they play each other, it's a really good game, and so we kind of expect to see that again tomorrow, and probably the same with all of these games. I expect to see 4 good games this weekend. Fremd coming in on the left side again. Good win by the back there by Chaminade. And probably going to be a foul coming out. Free kick for Chaminade.
And I think with the wind, it'll be interesting to see if it benefits Chaminade in the second half and affects Fremd. I don't think with the way Fremd plays that it's going to have too much of an impact on them, because they can really play. They've had some nice combination play as well. That's always been a staple of Chaminade soccer, the combination, the 1-2s. Remember when we used to play them kind of in the early years, we weren't ready for that, so they would catch you with combinations if you didn't immediately drop off the ball.
And kind of a tough foul there. Guy going away from the goal and just got into his back a little bit. Going to be another free kick here for Fremd.
You can hear the Chaminade coaches. They're not happy with that foul. Not that it was called, but that their player committed that foul in that situation, just to give Fremd an opportunity to dump a ball into their box.
Yeah, and when Fremd gets the chance, they do put some numbers up there when they some of these free kicks.
It's a good ball.
Really nice ball.
Wow.
Far post. Had 2 runners there, just a little deep, and now the shot goes over. And going to be a goal kick.
That one looked like one of our free kicks. A great ball in, and then no one goes and challenges for that ball.
Yep.
You know, if you're Fremd, I'm sure the coaches would love someone to just go attack that ball and take a chance. You know, try to get on the end of it instead of just allowing the Chaminade defender to win that ball with no pressure.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous ball because it was kind of bending away to the far post, but away from the goal almost. And it was, I'll tell you, that the left back for Fremd, Sapiente, number 8, he
plays a nice ball.
Plays a really nice ball in.
Left-footed.
Left foot, really good, like natural lefty left back out here.
It's a nice flat ball too.
Yeah.
You know, it's an easy one for you to judge, and an easy one for you to attack. You know, it's not swerving hard away. It just comes in nice and flat, and you can judge it pretty well. Here's this wide. If we can get him wider.
Oh, good tackle. Right there, Fremd is just on it.
You know, what I'm seeing is it's really difficult to play through Fremd through the midfield.
Yep.
And in the middle of the field and right through their backs, you're going to have to go around them. They've got too many bodies in there, and they're just too difficult to work through them in the middle, unless you play some really clean, fast soccer.
I was going to say, it's got to be fast because they're quick. They're quick to jump on passes, quick to jump on you if you take too many touches. And like you said, they do a nice job of cutting you off from where you want to go with the ball, and makes it really difficult unless you got some really good players in there that can play super fast. And you know, Chaminade, when they played fast, they were able to get that ball out wide early on, and it worked out pretty well. I think Fremd's made an adjustment to that, and another good ball in. Finding number 18 there. That was Leo Akashi, and Leo's header goes wide again. I think that's their 3rd or 4th ball that's, you know, inside the box there that's just gone wide.
What are we, Danny, about 20 minutes in?
We got 13 minutes, 40 seconds left
13:40, yeah. We're kind of on a tough angle to the scoreboard, but you know, I think Fremd will be really disappointed if they don't go into half with a lead. For as much pressure as they've applied, and you know, I don't think the Fremd's goalkeepers touched it but once or twice the whole half.
Nope.
And mostly in possession.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a lot of balls, a couple balls over the top that he came out and collected, but you know, Fremd, you know, not only have they had some chances, but their pressure has kept the ball down at their half, like you said. So it's and with the wind in their back, I don't know. I don't know if the wind's really going to matter too much, but the wind at your back and having all these chances, I think Fremd be really disappointed if they don't get at least one here.
But I will say, as much as Fremd's had the ball and had balls into the box, you know, I don't think the Chaminade keepers had to make a big save yet.
No, he punched the one off of, I think it was a corner. He punched it over.
And the one they pulled out of their net, that was offside.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, Chaminade has defended their box pretty well. There you can really see the shape of both teams. You can see the 4 backs, the 2 defensive mids, the attacking mid, and the 3 forwards for Fremd. And the 3 backs. And the 5 midfielders and the 2 forwards for Chaminade.
Well, looks like it's going to be a foul, and Chaminade's going to have a free kick.
Be interesting at halftime again to see if Chaminade tries to do anything a little bit differently in the second half once they've had an opportunity to assess the first half and maybe make some changes in how they're attacking this Fremd team, because what they've done so far, to be honest, really hasn't worked all that well.
No, and it's you know, I think again that what they had a couple opportunities. Ooh, tough ball here.
They're 3 sets, a 2-on-2 scenario.
Ooh.
Nice recovery from number 4. Captain,
nice job
one of the
there.
center backs.
Yeah, really nice job there by the Chaminade center backs, because they were put in a tough position. Number 4, Andrew Lane, the number 19, Jack Olwig, both kind of recovering quickly and able to get a stop on the ball. And
yeah, it's one of those things when you're playing that back 3 center backs and you got wide backs getting forward, you know, you can't turn the ball over there. And it was just a kind of an errant pass and created a counterattack opportunity, but they defended it well.
yeah, it kind of puts you in a tough spot there, and you know, Fremd likes to come at you once they get going, come at you with some numbers, and
that's the space, right? You got to stretch them out, but then look how Fremd does such a good job of sending numbers to the ball side.
Nice job.
There's a back seal there from number 5.
Just hustling, making simple plays, which you always like to see. There's Sapiente with an interception, and just clearance out of bounds. Will Kaspari. Oh.
Here comes the overlap from the wide back. It created an opportunity to,
A great run by that wide back. He was yelling for the ball from midfield on and unable to get it out to him, but
just constant pressure from Fremd. And again, in the middle of the field, they just have the numbers there, and they do a good job of staying compact, pressing the ball. There you go again, just off your touch, they're on you. Advantage from the referee.
oh, nice job there.
He kind of created his own advantage there.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was much advantage. If I were the coach, I maybe would take the free kick there, but he worked through about 3-4 players to.
Yeah, a little nice individual effort there by Lucas Higgins, number 24. Battle here, and Winter wins it for Chaminade, playing the wide ball here. Oh, nice job there. Try to get service in. Nice little string of attack there by Chaminade, probably their best minute of attack of the game. And he jumps that pass. Trying to keep some pressure down here on Fremd. Close out the half. There's the combinations that you're used to seeing with Chaminade, trying to play out of their back, just quick little 1-2s.
Yeah, Chaminade usually a very good possession team. Here
Here's
comes
a
an
chance for
opportunity.
Fremd. Probably like to have that one
Yeah.
back there right at the top of the 18. That's Akashi again, and
Again, it comes
probably
off of
just hurried
Fremd's pressure. You know, they just do such a good job of hunting the ball and creating opportunities. And kind of like I was starting to say, Chaminade's usually such a good possession team. And I don't know if they've strung maybe 4 passes together this half. And a lot of that's credit to Fremd and the pressure they're applying throughout the field.
Yeah, and some more mass subs here. That's another thing about these schools, and as well as Marquette, is a lot of times they're able to sub 4 or 5 guys at a time and not drop off too much. Schaufstall running onto it, does a good job of collecting, plays it back. Oh,
Good
great
find.
ball to the top of the 18.
Ball's probably going to come in here.
nice job. Ooh, tough collision there. And gonna be a foul or a handball, I think. Chaminade, so it's gonna give Fremd another free kick. But like I was saying, these schools, they can sub 4 or 5 guys at a time, not drop off too much. A lot of times it's juniors and seniors, so it's big physical athletic kids that come in for big physical athletic kids, and you know, so it makes it playing short.
Wow. Is he gonna say the ball was rolled?
I think that maybe he was waiting for the whistle.
Okay.
I don't think he ever blow the whistle to start that, but man, they had Chaminade caught off by surprise.
Got lucky there, Chaminade.
Yeah.
Still a 2-on-1 here. They might still do it. Yeah, I just heard Coach Calvain say exactly what I said. They're still going to take the 2-on-1.
Yeah.
So they bring that second defender out, which is going to eliminate that opportunity.
Let's see if Sapiente plays that lefty ball into the box. Big ball in. Good win by Olwig for Chaminade. Chaminade, yeah, I was going to say, they could have had numbers there if they got another touch. Ball over the top.
It's that box defending for Chaminade. Again, another nice ball played in, and it's a Chaminade player jumping by himself to clear the ball.
Yeah.
You know, again, if I'm the Fremd coaches, I'm probably talking to them about, hey, we got to go challenge for that first ball.
Yeah, and the Chaminade's 3 center backs have done a really good job defending this half. They've had to do it maybe a little bit more than they would like, but they've done a really good job in their box and just hustling to recover a few times. Oh, great touch. Ooh, another good tackle
great
there
tackle.
by Olwig.
It's going to be out for a throw, I believe.
It was a great touch by Schofstall there to kind of get by the defender originally, but then got slowed up, and Olwig was able to. Nice sliding tackle there in his box. It's dangerous, but it's a nice tackle. Coming in line there. Great left-footed cross, but again, Chaminade gets a foot on it in the box. Trying to build out, finding the wide back.
It's one thing, again, I've been impressed with Chaminade, their box defending, and they provide great protection for their goalkeeper.
Yep.
It's one of the things we've been struggling with this year is our defending within our own 18, and we're kind of leaving our goalkeeper out to dry on situations. And they identify marks, and they identify the ball, and they attack the ball, and they clear their box.
I was going to say that's the biggest thing is they go and attack the ball. They don't. A couple of times the ball's bounced around in there, but that's more on set pieces and stuff. But they go and attack the ball. They go and make the play. And under 5 minutes to go here in the half, we're still 0-0. Our first game tonight. Chaminade out of St. Louis, Missouri, and Fremd out of Palatine, Illinois. Big ball in the far post here. Fremd running onto it down there in the corner. Play it back to their outside back. Ball in.
There's some more
deflection.
Chaminade players winning balls in their own box.
Oh,
that's a shot.
Oh, that was a big hit. Schofstall kind of loaded that one up to his right foot. Got a nice little couple-step running start on that one. Nice hit, but right at the goalkeeper. Good reactions. Punched it out.
Tell you what, a yard or two either side of that goalkeeper, that probably scores. That had so much pace behind it.
He caught that one flush.
All the goalkeeper could do is just get his hands up and protect himself.
Yeah. Fremd trying to play another ball in here. Nice lofted ball in, but keeper comes out and collects.
Obviously tell number 8 here for Fremd, their left back is one they like to get involved to provide great quality service into the box.
And you know how that is when you have a left back that can make plays for you. It's like a secret weapon almost, because so many high school teams don't utilize that back very much. They're not used to it. Oh, nice cut in there by Mayer, diving to his right is the goalkeeper, and another nice play. That's not sure which goalkeeper they have on here. Their goalkeepers aren't listed with a number. I have to talk to Coach Galvain about that one. But this is number 1.
He was busy talking with Coach Keller before the game, and instead of getting us a roster, so we were giving him a hard time about that. Coach Galvain, one of the legends in St. Louis soccer, been around a long time at Chaminade. also a great player back in the day on the great SIUE Cougar program when they were Division I think back in the late 70s, early 80s, winning national titles. And it was before the game again, Coach Keller and Coach Galvain just talking about the old days, IU against SIUE back in the day.
I'm sure they both have good stories.
Coach Keller, I didn't even know he was talking about the fact that he played with Coach Yeagley from IU when he was at Indiana. Wow. And both of them have worked the IU camps for years. Galvain said he did it for about 20 years straight, worked the IU camp. And and Coach Keller has been there, not consistently, but he gets over there when he can.
Yeah, there's some experience there on the sidelines, and Coach Galvain also knows good pizza.
He does.
In Missouri, so if you're ever in the St. Louis area, what's it called, J.J. Twiggs?
J.J. Twiggs, yeah, and
really good pizza.
Come to find out, there's a J.J. Twiggs in Chicago, and that's where it originated.
Look at that.
Coach Galvain married into the J.J. Twigg family, and that's how he started the franchise down in St. Louis.
I always knew he was a smart guy.
It's some good pizza. We always try to get there when we get down to St. Louis. Might not always be the best pregame meal, but it's some good pizza.
It's a great pregame meal for coaches. About a minute and 20 to go here in the first half. And again, kind of Fremd has had probably the better chances. The keeper, nice couple saves there actually in the last few minutes. Probably the two best chances that Fremd has had all half, but still 0-0 regardless, and about a minute to go. Big ball in. Looks like Schaufstahl finds it, but it's going to go out of bounds. He does a really good job of just finding the ball. He reads it really well. Got some pace to go and get it, but he gets a jump on their defenders just by reading where the ball is going to go. And goal kick hangs up there in the wind, and good win by Fremd. Another nice ball up there by number 8 there. Just kind of looks nonchalant when he plays it. A lot of danger in his balls up top. And our final 5 seconds. A good win there at midfield by Fremd. And then the big ball out by Chaminade, and that's going to do it. Bring us to halftime of our first game tonight. Still 0-0, and we will be back with the second half here in about 10 minutes.
Hi, I'm Annette Gutzwiller. I went to Purdue University for veterinary school. I have been working at Meadowbrook since I was about 16.
Hi, my name is Dr. Brian Wolfcool. I've been a veterinarian here at Meadowbrook for 20 years now. Graduated from Iowa State University in 1997.
My name is Dr. Christopher Corey. I've been a veterinarian for 13 years and been with Meadowbrook for almost 6 years.
I'm Dr. Johnson. I have been at Meadowbrook for 7 years. I'm one of the partners at Meadowbrook.
The first thing you notice when entering our facility is a clean and modern floor plan. Our courteous staff will greet you and your pet in a low-stress environment and escort you into the examination room.
In our hospital, we have a treatment area, which is the state-of-the-art treatment area. We can deal with 4 animals at the same time, and they're less stressed. We have a dental suite with a full dental digital x-ray and its own anesthetic machine and monitoring. And we have a surgery suite, which is absolutely state-of-the-art with everything that your animal would ever need. And we have 3 separate ICUs, feline, hospitalized, and surgery.
Here at Meadowbrook, we do offer a full line of in-house pharmacy services. So as your pet comes in for their care, we can dispense those medications while you wait. We do offer an online pharmacy service as well that you can find at our website. Pets coming in for emergency care, we can do blood work and have those results immediately. We do offer a full line of ultrasound services. We do offer advanced digital x-ray technology. Those x-rays are very unique as we can view them in real time with our clients.
One of our big philosophies here is providing a stress-free and fun environment for all of our animals that we are taking care of, whether that's daycare, boarding, or grooming.
So when you come in, we have several groomers that can do anything from a simple bath and brush anywhere to a complicated breed-specific trim.
My favorite thing about being a veterinarian here is my interaction with the clients and their pets. Specifically, I very much enjoy advancing the human-animal bond that pets bring to us as a family.
You know, I've been doing this so long and I love it, but what I love the most is that we only have quality people and that we have people that put also the animals first. You should choose Meadowbrook because we do the little things.
We have a team approach to veterinary medicine. We have a great group here that love animals and love the people that take care of them.
All the doctors and the staff will treat your pet as if it's our own.
We would invite you to come to Meadowbrook Veterinary Clinic and experience our quality care at our office.
We're back.
All right, we're here. Still got about a minute and a half before second half starts up, but both teams are ready to roll. And again, 0-0 first half. Really nice soccer by both teams. Fremd had probably the better chances, but unable to score. A couple nice plays by the Chaminade goalkeeper, and it looks like Chaminade has put in a second goalkeeper. Getting another guy some action here tonight. So
testing the strength of our
yeah,
bar.
I was gonna say you
Looks
better
like it's holding up.
go down there and yell at him for messing with the bar. If he starts doing side-to-side sprints in your box, it'd be.
That's one thing about the Chaminade program. You mentioned it, the depth of their program. You know, we're a program traditionally between 35 and 40 kids, and we have two teams, you know, a JV team and a varsity team. And these programs down in St. Louis, up in Chicago, the Chicago teams have usually, you know, over 100 kids in their soccer program. Yeah. And maybe up to 5 teams with a freshman A, B, you know, JV1, JV2, varsity. So, you know, the depth of these teams, they can put players in. And I know Coach Gauvain's always told me when they go on trips, he likes to get everybody in, you know, give everybody an opportunity to play, you know, have an experience of coming on a trip. So he'll run with, you know, his starters a good amount of the game, but he'll make sure he gets everybody in just to get that experience.
Yeah,
and the guys they bring in are good.
Yeah, I was going to say, it also helps that you bring them in and they're juniors and seniors that have been in your program for 3 or 4 years and kind of know the expectations. And, you know, that's the biggest difference between what we deal with here at Peoria Notre Dame is that, you know, you have a couple really good freshman and sophomore kids and that play at big minutes. You know, and at these schools, that's very few and far between. And I remember probably 6 or 7 years ago, it might have been at Fremd or maybe at Schaumburg, but we were up there getting ready to play a game, and there were like 30, 35 kids out on the field playing soccer, and it was, come to find out, it was just their JV teams practicing before their varsity team was going to play. So, you know, not something you see very often around here, 30 to 35 kids as a program around here and not just a JV underclass team. So
yep. Yeah, like you said, it's one of the things is, you know, their roster is really filled with juniors and seniors, right? Whereas with our program, sometimes we're forced to put more, you know, freshmen and sophomores on the field, which sometimes a blessing in disguise because those kids out there get the experience, and as they get older, you've always got the ability to kind of rebuild from year to year because you've got younger players that come in experienced.
Yep. Yeah, you know, it's to be a freshman and even a sophomore and get to play at Peoria Notre Dame and play on the varsity and play minutes is a big deal. When you're a freshman or a sophomore and play at one of these programs, because of the size of the school, it's you know that kid's really good as well. So.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of the halftime talk for Fremd, and one of the things I heard them say was, "Hey, this is a big field." Great little slit ball in from Scholstoff and a nice ball to the back post. But he was talking about the width of the field. He goes, this is a good-sized field, nice and wide. Let's use that width. Let's not cram everything down the middle. So they're probably looking to have those wide backs get more involved in those wide areas and continue to put balls into the box.
And like we were talking about earlier, that may explain a little bit of the adjustment early on in the game that Chaminade's wide backs were a little bit wide open out here. Fremd maybe wasn't and playing the width of the field very well. Nice ball over the top to Schofstall. Great touch.
You can just see as the game goes on, he's got more and more involved in the attack for Fremd and become more and more dangerous. You know, early in the game, I don't think he was overly involved, and now he's getting on the ball a lot.
Yeah, and at times he kind of drifts. He likes to stay high, but sometimes he'll come back to the midfield, I think, to maybe get a couple more touches. And
after seeing him shoot the ball, I'd be my halftime talk would be, hey, let's try to get a few more of those shots off. That's frustrating for us too. We've been struggling to score goals at Peoria Notre Dame, and I feel like at times we're in position to shoot, and we want to take an extra dribble or we want to make it the perfect pass. And sometimes when you're not scoring goals, whether that's, you know, throughout a season or just within a game, it's just take a chance.
Just crack it.
Just crack it. You know, hit a shot, you know, hope for a rebound. You know, put a ball in the box, attack it, see if something good can happen. If you don't shoot, and we always tell our kids, if you don't shoot, you're not going to score a lot of goals.
And kind kind of the same thing here. Chaminade trying to clear their half. Fremd doing a good job of hustling, making it difficult on them. They jump those passes in the midfield. Chaminade not having the time or the space they would probably like. Another ball over the top, and keeper comes out, collects. Their last keeper was tall, skinny. This one's a little bit shorter, but quick off his line there.
Nice punt with the wind.
Got that one up in the wind.
A good win by Fremd to take that out of the air.
Ooh, just rolling out of bounds. Nice play there. Caden Stats out here on the right wing. We didn't get a good look at his number in the first half, but he's dangerous out here as their right winger.
There you saw Coach Joe down there at the end with the red hat. I don't know if you caught that on the camera, but a great first touch and a nice lift back into the Fremd player for the throw. So showing some good skill there from Joe. Oh, nice combination play.
Trying to get to his left foot, unable to. Again, Chaminade jumping him at the top of the box.
And we call that box defending. Just really great job by Chaminade to protect their goalkeeper, protect their box, to challenge at the right times, to be clean with their challenges around the box, and then also to just win 50-50 balls and clear their box. It's just, you know, Fremd's been able to get in and around the area and just has not been able to generate many great opportunities when they get there.
Yeah, it's such an underrated part of the game, right? You could be a great center back, but if you can't defend your box, you're not a great center back. And it, you know, kind of opposite is true. You know, you can make up for a lot of mistakes in the run of play, or maybe you don't have a great touch. We've had a couple guys like that here, but they could defend the box really, really well just by hustling and being aggressive and making the right reads, and it makes up for a lot of mistakes. Trying to play the width out here again. Great touch around. See if he can get to it. He does. Keeper out to deflect. I think it's going to go out. Maybe the keeper did not touch it. Looked like it's going to be a goal kick. I thought the keeper came out and maybe got a little shin guard on that, but maybe it just went shin to shin with the guy instead.
And wind's still whipping here. Direction has not changed. So this half, Chaminade is playing with the wind at their backs. Fremd playing into the wind, and kind of like we talked about, I don't think it's going to affect Fremd's attack all that much because they can play three on the ground. And sometimes when that ball you're trying to play through, you know, maybe with the wind it gets away and runs away from you, and against the wind it hangs up and plays you right in.
Yep, especially on a field like this because it's grass, but it's not high grass. So it's going to play a little bit more like turf where the wind even catches it and makes it run a little bit further on even when it's on the ground sometimes. You know, the wind is always, if it's windy, it's really windy up here. I think Coach Blackford claims that this is the highest point in Peoria.
It's possible.
Or at least in central Peoria, the highest
elevation.
Yeah, I trust him.
But it's always one of those things where generally as the night goes on, the wind tends to die down.
Yep.
So I think by the 7 o'clock game, I think it would be much less gusty.
Ooh, big ball over the top. No, nice win there. Going out, though. Ooh,
I don't know. I kind of agree with.
I think he maybe wanted that foul more.
Yeah, I agree with Brandon. He got the position, felt the contact, and went down pretty easy there. Good refereeing. You know, Brandon was right in position. Had a really good look at it, and you know sometimes you see a guy go down and you jump to the conclusion that he must have been fouled, and I think he, you know, it takes a soccer player as a referee to understand those situations, and Brandon was a good player, knows the game pretty well.
Yeah, and again he was right there. It wasn't like he was out of position and had to take a guess. He was right there. I think this is Chaminade's first corner kick of the night. I don't remember them having one in the first half, so let's see if they're dangerous here on a set piece. Nice lofted ball, but goes on top of the goal.
Yeah, that is tough. I think it was Chaminade's first corner kick, and you don't put it in play. It doesn't give you much of a chance to score. Again, I like this from Fremd. You know, they're really trying to play the right way, and they're picking their moments to play, and they're picking their moments to play big.
I was gonna say they have players that kind of just do whatever, right? They can go big and direct, some speed. They can go out wide with some speed. They can come through the middle. It's just a really good team. it's always interesting with them and some of the other schools in their area up there. You know, you can be a really good team and not even make it out of the regional up in the suburbs of Chicago. And
Yeah.
it's crazy up there in the postseason, especially. So many teams are so even, but so far, Fremd's impressive, and they kind of seem like the type of season for them that they're probably going to be able to play with anybody on any given night.
Yeah, just with their organization and their discipline, I just see them being a tough team to score on.
Yep.
And they're going to be in every game they play. I think this is a team from Fremd that I think they strongly feel, and after watching them play, I think they've got big goals for themselves this season. And we're talking about winning your last game for a state title. I know that's what they're hoping for.
Oh,
great
nice
little ball. I think he might have been offsides.
He's ahead of the play. Tough touch. He goes down. I think he may have. He tried to sell that one. I think I didn't see any contact from my 70-yard angle, but
I'm gonna say I think he was offsides by a step or two.
Yeah.
And the AR on this side might have been just a step or two behind the play at the time the ball was played. So he got in off the initial ball. It was a great ball.
Great ball.
It was a great ball into his path. Goalie did a good job coming out and contesting, and good recovery from the defenders not to quit on the play.
Well, you know, and I don't think he was anticipating the goalie being so quick off his line. His last touch was a little heavy, probably than what if he had to get that one back. I think keep that a little bit closer, knowing the keeper's coming off so quickly. But either way, he definitely tried to sell that. You know, lose control of the ball, right? You try to sell the PK every time as a good forward.
And these officials are wearing communication devices, so you could see right after the contact happened, you know, the center official, Brandon Knaus, was recovering hard to try to get in position to see the play, but then I saw him immediately look over to his AR. Ooh. Immediately look over to his AR, and they conferred. And they conferred via their communication devices, and they agreed that there wasn't a penalty there. I happened to turn away and didn't see what happened there.
It was the goalkeeper, again, nice hit by number 11 coming into his left foot. That's stats for Fremd. And the goalkeeper came out and kind of collected it, and I think Schofstall ran into him.
Got contact with him, yeah.
Yeah, kind of late, and just yellow card.
And Schofstall, you can see what Fremd's doing. I don't know if this is an adjustment. I don't remember this happening as clearly in the first half, but it looks like Schofstall is playing that high forward position.
Yeah, kind of up there by himself. Earlier in the game,
I think he was underneath. I think he might have been underneath at times.
Two guys ahead of him, but I think that was a little bit of frustration on his part. Again, he little breakaway, and he thought maybe he could have gotten the foul and the penalty, and then that one he was there in position, and the goalkeeper did a nice job collecting. It's a little bit of frustration, but it'd be interesting to see if they keep that guy high now that it's a sub, and see what they do with that position up there. This is number 5, Christian Tirado. He's got some length.
Yeah, he's got some big strides there.
Yeah,
tell.
And they cover the ground so quick. Again, we were talking. I don't know if one team's faster than the other, but it just seems like Fremd can cover ground so fast, especially that midfield. Ooh.
Closer than you want it to be there.
Yeah, nice job by Chaminade keeping it in their offensive half.
Like we talked about, Fremd picks their moments to press. You know, sometimes when the ball's in the wide areas, you'll see them just delay press or not press at all. And they wait for you to play the ball kind of where their numbers are, and that's when they press and they put a body on you and they put you under pressure and force you into mistakes. So it's very much a trained system of play for Fremd in the way they defend. Yep. And they're not just running around chasing the ball. They have an idea how to defend as a unit, and they know their moments when they're going to try to turn you over and what they're going to give you and what they're not going to give you.
Yeah, and they just do such a good job of defending with each other, right? Like I think that there were times, 2 or 3 defenders just flying at the ball in the midfield, just closing the space down so quick. And again, a lot of teams may do that with one guy, right? And then if he gets beat, then it is what it is. But they do.
No, he was definitely onside.
Yeah, he was ahead of the play there. That was a tough one. Left foot hit
Oh,
anyway,
it's
it goes in.
Wow.
Wow. That's number 20, I believe. That's their right wing back, Teddy McNulty. Kind of talked about him earlier in the game. He got some touches out here. That one getting kind of a collision there in the box. Tough call, one way or another.
Yeah, I think it's nothing, Danny. I think it's a 50-50 ball. They both kind of went in for the ball, shoulder to shoulder, and one guy won the challenge. And at the end of the day, you know, they picked up the ball, and it's maybe their first shot on target.
Yeah.
And it's a goal.
And I honestly, I think he just kind of scooped that with his left foot. I mean, it was a great hit. It looked like it pinged on the inside of the post and kind of wrapped around the back of the net.
It did.
And again, earlier in the game, he's their right wing back, so I can't imagine him being left-footed, but really nice hit and just kind of bounced out to him in the right spot, and he was quick with it.
Kind of feels like a Notre Dame, right in the face. They may have to check him there, and that's a great job by Brandon coming over. He saw the head contact. This is an IHSA rule. He's got to evaluate to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, and that's tough. I mean, obviously the kid, nothing he did wrong, but you know, you get hit in the head like that, you could see his head kind of bounce back a little bit. So
it's the right thing to do. You stop the play. It's not in a situation where it matters either way, and you check on the player, because that's the primary concern is the player's safety. So great job by Brandon being right on top of that and making the right decision there. But I'll tell you what, this feels like a Notre Dame soccer game.
Yeah.
You have a lot of the ball for Fremd. You have all the chances, and all of a sudden you're down 1-0. And you're thinking, how did we get in this situation right now? And it's going to fire Chaminade up a little bit.
I was going to say, and that's a tricky thing, right? Because, you know, you're in Fremd's situation. You're going to get a little bit frustrated maybe with that. Especially we were talking in the first half. They probably deserved a goal, and but you know,
they might have deserved a goal in the second half.
Yeah,
and one chance. And you got to give credit to I don't know who that was that challenge for that ball in the box. But if he doesn't go challenge for that ball, that goal does not happen.
I think it was number 24, Lucas Higgins.
You got to give him an assist on that, right?
I believe he's out of the game right now as well. But yeah, I mean,
you give him assist on
great hustle. Just staying with the play, good challenge in the box, and like you said, by both guys, right? It was just a 50-50 ball. Both guys challenged, and
good officiating. Good
officiating
by Brandon. I really think I give Brandon a hard time sometimes, and I don't know if he's going to watch this game back. But if you're listening, Brandon, and watching this back, I really think you're calling a good game. You've been up with it. You've had control of the game. It's been clean on both sides. You're making the right decisions on no calls, and it's just been a good, clean, officiated game. And the kids are determining the outcome, which is the goal of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, the kids should determine who wins and loses the game, not the officials.
Yeah, and you know, again, it's tough a lot of times, but sometimes it's there's a collision in the box and a guy goes down. A lot of referees just call that, right? Because it's, you know, it looked like a foul perhaps, but he was right there, and I think he made the right call. And honestly, it worked out well for Chaminade to get the first goal of the game.
Same thing. There's nothing there. And tell him to get up, and he gets up, and we play.
Oh,
you know?
Nice job. That's to a left-footed hit. That's Dimitri Vlahos from Fremd. He does a really nice job, kind of as in an attacking mid-roll, but he also kind of floats about, does a good job covering the ground in that midfield. And
I'm a fan of officials that let the kids play. You know, this is a varsity high school competition.
Yep.
And there should be contact, there can be contact, and not all contact is a foul.
Yep.
And then you call the obvious ones, and you keep control of the game, but you let them play. You know, it's a physical game. Soccer is meant to be a physical game.
Especially two teams like this, and in our next game, you know, two teams that they know the game of soccer. They play nice soccer. It's nothing cheap. Nobody's going in cleats up. Nobody's going in late. So it's not like it's a, you know, you can allow them to play a little bit and just good, clean soccer. This one's going to go out for a goal kick. We have 23 minutes to go in the game, and it's a 1-0 lead for Chaminade. Again, lefty, nice little lefty hit by number 20, Teddy McNulty, about 5-6 minutes ago now, and see what Fremd, you know, see how Fremd rallies a little bit. See if they just stay patient. And looks like they're running 3 up top again.
And they got Scholstoff up top, and
another heavy touch.
The thing is, again, Fremd, there's a lot of time left in the game. Looks like we're still over 20 minutes on the clock. You got a lot of time. You know, you don't want to start panicking right now. What they've had success with is when they've kept the ball on the ground and built it up. And I think they continue to do that, and they're going to get more chances.
Here they go.
But if you're Chaminade, you know, you play with those 3 center backs, you're probably going to be dropping your wing backs as quickly as possible into a bank of 5 with a 1-goal lead. And the way you defend the box, the way they have defended the box, you make it hard on Fremd to get that goal.
I was going to say, it'll be interesting to see if when Chaminade maybe makes an adjustment, they really do keep those. I mean, it looks like, you know, probably a 3-5-2, right, instead of a 5-3-2.
It's a 3-5-2 where the wing backs can drop into a 5.
Yes,
yeah,
and that's where it'll be interesting to see if they drop one or if they start to drop both as the game goes along here. Maybe too early to be doing that.
Yeah,
right now
I think it's too early to drop into it. And to be honest, the way they box defend with their 3 center backs, I don't know if you need to change too much right now. A little bit of offense is a great defense. If you can keep the ball, and with the wind, you can punch some balls and keep it down in their half. You know, the less you have to defend, the less you have to worry about defending your box if you got the ball in Chaminade's end.
Oh, nice play there. Another big ball up top. Good hold here. Chaminade looks to build a little bit. And like you said, maybe Chaminade, that goal might have given them a little bit more confidence. Just kind of.
This is probably their best spell of possession the entire game.
Oh, and good idea there.
Find.
Wing back was open over here.
I mean, this is 5, 6, 7 passes, a switch of play. You know, if I'm Chaminade, I'm saying more of that.
Yeah, it does kind of look like they have dropped to 4 backs, or added a 4th guy back here with the wing backs. I don't know if it's.
It's hard to tell here. I think it's still the 3 center backs.
Number 2 is kind of hanging out a little bit more. Nice little run there by the holding mid. That's number 8, Will Kaspari.
It's interesting here. It might be number 4 on the right back. I can't tell what he's playing.
Yeah, it's hard. Forever, Chaminade played that 4-4-2, and they were just so good at it.
Yeah, and they had some players.
Dangerous.
I remember back in the day, some of the guys they had were. I remember Tommy
like
Barlow.
It looked like they had 9 midfielders at some place.
Tommy Barlow's a Chaminade alum. If you've heard his name,
one kid,
he plays for the New York.
Cito
Sacieta.
He was really good. I think he ended up
centerman.
getting hurt, right, in college.
He did. I think he might have tore his ACL at SLU and ended up never really getting his opportunity. And Tommy Barlow's playing, I believe, in the MLS for the New York Red Bulls. You know, they've had some really, really great players over the years, but man, sometimes in that 4-4-2, it felt like they had 6 forwards.
Yeah, it was. It was whatever they wanted, right? Sometimes it looked like they had a ton of midfielders or backs. Definitely was hard to defend. And nice step there. 13, just kind of a big ball up, released them. Nobody really running onto it. Fremd's going to collect, and I think Chaminade's just going to look to sit back in their defensive shape. Again, kind of looking like they went to more of a 4-4-2 or even a 4-5-1. A little adjustment.
Tell you what, I wish I had the demeanor of Coach Vader.
Yeah,
you see him down there? Can we get a shot of him, Aaron, in the chair, their head coach? I wish I could have that. He said, I've been doing this a long time, so. And you can tell he's not real happy about something right now, so every once in a while you'll get a reaction from him, hands on his head.
I was going to say, I'll tell you, when he gets mad, you know he's mad.
Oh, he does. He does. I've definitely seen it before, but you can just tell he's just enjoying life down there. And with a 1-0 lead, you can kind of put your legs up right now and be comfortable.
And like the 3 coaches that they have, they've all been there for a long time. They all seem to get along really well with one another, and they do a really nice job with their program.
And one of the staples of Chaminade soccer is you roll down there. They have a beautiful Bermuda grass field. Really probably one of the nicest natural grass playing surfaces in the Midwest, if not the country. Oh, good chance here for Fremd. Just couldn't get the ball across, but you show up at their field and you know, when we play here, we let the kids determine the playlist for the music.
Yeah.
Down in Chaminade, Coach Vader, he runs the show, and it's 70s classic rock. It's 70s classic rock. So when he showed up today, I had the playlist going for him, and he was loving it. He asked me to turn it up a little bit for him.
He's got some old school tendencies to him, and I don't think he's going to change anytime soon.
Every time he comes here, he stays at the Hampton Inn. It's his spot over in East Peoria by the casino. So find something he likes. This is trouble.
Oh, good.
Oh, he's open. He's open. Can he get the shot? It's a great finish.
Nice job.
Really nice counter.
That was Will Kaspari, the interception. Nice ball across to Graham Basile. And a nice, easy finish with the right foot. Kind of a miscue there. Looked like Fremd had moved Sapiente there to the midfield, and just kind of a tough touch on him, and Chaminade jumped it right away, and a quick counter, and again, 2-0 now.
Can we get Galvain on the camera here, Aaron, in a second? Well, he's up out of his seat and doing some strong coaching right now. I think they're potentially making some changes, or with the 2-0 lead now, with 17 minutes to go, and pulled him right out of his seat. But just the way you draw it up if you're Chaminade.
Yeah, right.
You sit in, you make it difficult for Fremd, and you take your chances when you get it. It's 2 shots, 2 goals.
Yeah.
And you know, again, drawing back on my experiences this season, we get 6, 7, 8 shots, and we get no goals. So if you can make the most of your opportunities and you can defend your box, you can win a lot of games.
Yeah, and it's a good attacking team, right? 2 for 2. You know, we were just kind of talking about it, right? Chaminade's had some years where, man, they had some attacking players that were literally some of the best kids in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, now, you know, maybe this is just the type of team and the type of style they're going to play. They're going to defend their butts off, make it really hard on you to score, and they're going to take their chances and make the best of them. And that's exactly what they've done tonight. And, you know, good coaches can adjust to the personnel and clientele that they have. And these guys obviously know their team, and maybe they're just going to be centered a little bit more on their 3 center backs and that holding mid who's just really strong for them in there. And then when they do get their chances, they got some guys that can put the ball in the net.
Well, obviously, you know, Danny, with the introduction of the academy system, I think it was back in around 2012, where they started making players choose between being, you know, a high school player or a full-time club player. And you know, St. Louis is a hotbed for soccer, and it kind of, I think, impacted both levels, club and high school, because some kids chose and continue to choose to play high school, and some kids choose to play full-time club. So it dilutes the product a little bit on both levels. And so I was talking to Coach Sartori, and he mentioned that, you know, there's 3 kids walking around the halls at Chaminade that are playing the academy system right now that are really good players. And one of them he mentioned was a sophomore that plays for the U.S. national team.
Oh, jeez.
So be one player they'd love to have out here on the field. But as a coaching staff, you take who you get, and you adjust your system accordingly. So maybe you don't have the quote-unquote special player, but you have a lot of good players, and you can still be a really good team.
Absolutely. And, that's them every year, right? Every year that they put out a product that's competitive, no matter who their personnel is, and they find a way to. They have their system, but they'll also make the adjustments when they need to. And got another corner kick here for Fremd. Sapiente is going to take it, left foot in swinger. Great ball in. Nice job by the keeper to punch and to come out and catch. Man, he's, at least from this angle, doesn't look very tall, but he comes off that line, and he's aggressive, and he can make plays for them. And
we saw with his chin up, his warm-up to come into the half, that he's got some hops. He can get up. You know, he might be smaller, but he can cover the goal, and he's fearless. He's aggressively attacked at least 2 balls in the box now this half. And Chaminade must be confident in him. So in a 0-0 game, in a game that they were conceding a lot of the chances, they made a change and went with him.
And Fremd trying to build here and showing some patience. Down 2 goals, but being patient. Going to be a foul here on Schaufstahl. Fremd has made some adjustments. They moved Sapiente, number 8, up to a midfielder, a little bit more attacking. He was their left back for most of the game. And so See if they can't generate more coming through that midfield.
Man, just Coach Keller's got to be just somewhat beside himself. You know, you play so well for so long, and then you look at the scoreboard and you're down 2-0.
Yeah,
It's got to be frustrating, and I think you see a little bit of frustration in some of the players too. Just kind of disappointed with the situation that they're in, trailing 2-0 here, getting late in the second half.
Yeah, and it's tough, right? Soccer's a tough game because of that. Things like that. You a lot of times you can be the better team. Not necessarily the case, but Fremd did have the better chances, at least at probably the first 50 minutes, and they still down 2-0. And
it's one thing I say all the time, Danny, is if you look at basketball, if your 5 guys are better than their 5 guys, what 95% of the time you win, right?
You're probably going to win.
In football, if your players are better than their players, you're probably going to win. Soccer is the game, and it's why it's so hard to win a state title, because you may be the better team, and you see a lot of times the better team loses. Because, you know, a break here or there, the other team, you know, defends their box well, a goalie just has a day where he is saving everything. And, you know, you get 1 or 2 chances and you score and you walk out and you win, and the team that's the better team is just like, how did we lose that game? But it happens all the time in soccer, and that's what makes this game so fun.
Yeah, and, you know, and styles play into that too, right? Like you may get a team that they're not necessarily great at soccer, but they're big, athletic, fast, whatever it happens to be. And, you know, when they're not having a good night, they'll lose to a lot of teams, but when they're on, they make it really difficult for even the best teams. And, ooh, nice hustle there.
So I think at some point here, you know, we've got just under 12 minutes to go in the game, and if you're Fremd, you might have to become a little bit more direct now. You know, bring some of those wings in, start putting balls into the box. You got to start creating some scramble situations. Or you do this. You move it around really well and you get a shot.
Oh, nice
but I just think at some point you got to mix it up a little bit. And it's like when it's 5 minutes to go and you need a goal. Yeah, you can be really patient and things, but sometimes you got to change it up and start putting balls into dangerous areas.
Yeah, and you know, it's again, it's, you don't want to call it panic time, but you're trying to win the game, and you know, a 2-0 deficit with about 11 minutes to go, you're going to come out and you're going to do make some changes, whatever you need to do to try to create a little bit more opportunity for you. And that was a nice little build-up by them. You know, got the ball right where they wanted it. Vajos on his left foot, just hit it over. And again, I think that they're starting to put some personnel in positions where they want them to be as far as to attack. And dropping it back to their goalkeeper here. And good win there by Chaminade. Now Chaminade's keeping 5 guys back a little bit more often. And nice win there by John Rhyme, number 2. He is a sophomore, so playing for Chaminade as a sophomore, you know that he's, like we talked about, he's clearly somebody that's, you know, their coaches have a lot of respect for and a lot of trust in. They're built up by Fremd. Good job there by Chaminade to deflect. Just a big ball up.
What you do. And look at it. It's wide, too. You know, it's wide to where the goalie's got to go get it. And you put them, you know, 112 yards away from the goal. That's okay.
Yeah.
And you move numbers forward, and you get Fremd away from your goal, and you just watch the time tick away.
And it allows you to just sit back and keep your shape.
And that's where having the wind right now is a benefit for
Yes.
Chaminade, because you can just start playing more direct balls to corners and start to sit in a little bit. It does look like more of a back four. I think you're right, Danny. I think it became a 4-4-2. I think they went back to their 2 banks of 4 and 2. And I don't know if that was done before the second goal, but it seemed like
after the
first or second goal, you could see Coach Galvain hopping up and making some changes. And this is Chaminade soccer, 4-4-2, 2 banks of 4.
Yeah.
And 2 good forwards, you know, is what they've always been.
Looks like more substitutions here and some more adjustments for Chaminade. Number 20 coming back on. That's Teddy McNulty. He scored the first goal of the game. Fremd trying to get numbers up.
We got about 9.5 minutes left here, so time is ticking away. And again, Chaminade will just watch that ball roll away from their goal all day.
Yeah, it could be an interesting last, 9 minutes, because I think Chaminade's just going to be more than content to sit back and defend.
That's what they want. Just a quick counter.
Yep.
They got the weak side here wide open. Some confusion there.
Just a miscommunication, but Fremd gets the ball, and now
he's offsides.
Look to go big.
The only thing I would say for, see if Fremd can get a ball in here.
Ooh. Oh, nice play.
Yep,
Far
off
post
target,
ball, and that's going to be over.
For Shawstoff, it's one of the things we've been trying to work more on with our forwards is if you notice with him, he stays very high right in the middle, and he's just looking for balls over and through. So maybe a little bit more creativity in his movements, in his runs, some diagonal runs, show in, show off on angles. But right now he's just kind of parked himself in the middle, and he's just staying sight on. He's like, just play me a ball.
Yep.
And maybe relying very much on his athleticism.
Oh,
So
nice
that's good from
flick.
him there. Now he's in some space. Great
Nice
defending
tackle.
again by
That's number
Chaminade.
21, Jackson Allen. Again, their 3 center backs have done a great job all game long.
And I don't think they've changed. And 2 of them are captains, right? You can tell 2 of them are captains. They're 2 center backs at the moment. And I don't think they've come off the field much.
No, I don't think so. I think they did sub in the first half, but not for either one of those 2 guys.
And you can tell the coaching. They're completely content with that.
Ooh, a tough ball. Nice job to collect it over there on the left wing. Carrying it up here, about 7 minutes to go. Again, Chaminade just sitting back now. All 10 guys on their defensive side of the field.
This is where you get a ball in. That's what you
Great
need.
ball in to the far post. Looked like it deflected off of 2 Chaminade guys, and
I don't know.
looked like it hit one, and the one was clearing it, and hit the other one, kind of ricocheting off of the side of his head.
They're going with 2. They got a 2v1 scenario. Yep.
Oh, great touch in line. Coming across. Good job deflecting
More great
there.
box defending.
That's Olwig again, number 19. He's got the kind of mop top haircut, but doing a great job of defending.
Chaminade has really bought into the defending tonight.
Yep.
And
team defending too, right?
team defending, yes, you're right. And if a guy gets beat, someone makes up for it.
Oh,
it's maybe their first shaky
kind of a
moment.
blunder. Bad clearance, but great job there by Winter to hustle and get it back. Ball back in by Fremd.
Oh, no.
Keeper coming out. Big ball up.
They just need to poke it. Poke it forward. Just couldn't get on it.
Touch on it.
That's what's going to, I could easily see this game ending 3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, Fremd's starting to get very aggressive. They've only got 3 guys back roughly now because they're pushing so many numbers forward. Sometimes 2 guys back, and just takes 1 turnover, 1 mistake, a quick counterattack, and you're down 3-0.
Yep. And I hate to say this so early in the season, but this is a little bit like playoff soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like one team's got the 2-0 lead. They're going to just sit back and defend. The other team coming at them for all angles. And
there it is again, a turnover. This time Fremd does have some players back.
Oh, nice job there.
Yeah, 3 to 4 back there. We're able to deal with the counter. And just great hustle and fight, and it just gives them a possession and a little bit of time on the ball. And you're probably going to see them play into the corner. Yep. We're under 5 minutes to play in the game. 2-0 still. Chaminade leads, and this is just textbook great, solid team performance from Chaminade. And they play down in the Metro Catholic Conference in St. Louis, and it's just such a loaded conference with Christian Brothers and DeSchmidt and Vianney and SLU High. And, for these guys, 1-2 goal game. That's pretty much what they see every match.
Yeah, they're used to that.
They're
right?
used to it. They're used to holding on, defending a lead. Maybe having to sit back and defend a little bit more at times because they're playing such good competition day in and day out.
And honestly, to win even in just that conference, that area, you better be good defensively because you're not going to go get 6 goals against a team. You're going to have to keep them out of the net. If you give up more than 1 or 2, you're going to be struggling to win games.
And we talk about. I know I've talked to Coach Galvain before. You see these national rankings that come out, and Coach Galvain's always told me you're never going to see a Chaminade or a St. Louis team probably finish #1 in the country.
Nope.
It's just to do that, they're looking for undefeated teams, and there's never going to be a St. Louis team that's undefeated. And
way too hard.
I think sometimes you got to take into account that the strength of schedule that they play. Same thing for the Chicago-based teams. When you're playing when you're Naperville North and you're having to go through all the Naperville teams and all these strong Chicago-based teams, it is very, very difficult to run the table.
Yep.
And then you look at a team like us down here, we could probably schedule a lot of the area and come out with a strong record, but we're not going to be ready for a postseason. And what we play for here, and I know what these teams play for, is for winning at the end of the season.
Yep.
Not about what you're ranked on a piece of paper.
And that's that's the thing. It's these teams and up there, a lot of those teams and down there, and what you guys are trying to do. You're playing multiple tough games a week, right? It's not just like one big game to get up for on the weekend. It's multiple tough games. Sometimes I think up in or down in St. Louis, you're playing 2 or 3 nights a week that might be competitive conference games that are 1 goal, 2 goal games that rivalry games, because that's another thing is all those schools down there are rivals.
Yep.
They do not like to lose to each other.
No.
So it's not just a big game, it's a rivalry game that the kids get up for, and
the kids get up for, the student body gets up for them too. I mean, we've been down there. I believe they call Chaminade the Red Army.
Yep.
They come out with a theme, and they're down there by their scoreboard, and they're chanting and cheering and throwing dust up in the air. And we've been at CBC before.
They're on the track.
Rowdy kids, man.
Yelling
at us and heckling us and just making it. It's just a fun atmosphere when you go down there to play a game, because St. Louis is a soccer town. They're getting their MLS team down there here. Was it next season? And they're building a stadium, and they're going to be able to support that team. And here's another opportunity to counter for Chaminade. But again, no problem with this if you're Chaminade.
Nope.
Under a couple minutes to play, and a long way for Fremd to go to get a chance to score.
Yeah, and then they're under 2 minutes to go here, and again, it's just kind of been the same thing the last, really ever since that second goal. Just Fremd throwing everything at them, and Chaminade taking it, and then getting the ball and going on those counters, and just clearing the ball and wasting some time. And looks like Fremd's I think they're gonna take Schofstall off the field just because he was getting a little aggressive, kind of.
Yeah, and he's on a yellow too, right?
Sitting on a yellow, so probably a smart move just to.
I'd leave him out there if I were them. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, just
maybe give him a couple more minutes. See what develops.
Smart.
It's a selfish
smart coaching. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Selfish perspective.
That's part of it too, right? Try to encourage him to say something else. But and another ball dumped over the top. Gonna be a stoppage. So it looks like number 2 may have taken a knock back in that
looks
last
like our
little
trainer's going to come out here
scrum.
potentially. We got our trainer,
Might be
Greg Guy. He's just from
be another head
OSF.
thing.
From OSF Orthopedics. He does a fabulous job. Been around a long time in Central Illinois area, and you can see he's a trained trainer in that. He doesn't just come rushing onto the field. There's some scenarios that you just kind of let play out, and you maybe give the kid the opportunity to stay on the field since you don't enter. And you could just see he just kind of let things develop and didn't really need to go out there at that moment.
About 30 seconds to go here in the game. Again, Chaminade is going to hold on for a win. 2-0 lead right now. And
just hit it forward.
Closing it out. Don't think their coaches are going to complain
job.
too much about
great
the
job,
makeup of the game. But I think, both teams probably taking a lot out of this. Fremd got to capitalize on those early opportunities a little bit better, and Chaminade may be a little bit less pressure on their center backs at times, but either way, Chaminade College Prep from St. Louis is going to get a 2-0 victory tonight over Fremd from Palatine, Illinois. Really good soccer, high level. In our first game of a 4-game weekend here. The next game will be the Notre Dame Irish home team against Marquette out of Wisconsin. And then tomorrow at 11, Chaminade plays Marquette. And tomorrow at 1 p.m., Battle of Illinois teams will be Notre Dame against Fremd. So we're going to sign off. I'll be back for that second game tonight. Coach Bear hopefully will be on the sidelines coaching for all 80 minutes.
I'm going to try.
But we wish him good luck this weekend, and thanks for hosting this event. And we will be back for that second game shortly.
And I'm going to go hit the lights. It's starting to get dark out here. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Lawson, Nolan, Julian. Listen, watch the clock. You're going to change the time.